John Adams once said, "Without the character of Sam Adams, the true history of the American Revolution can never be written." When asked who Sam Adams was, many people don't have the fondest clue, but they could tell you all about his cousin John Adams. Who was Sam Adams, and how did he have such a huge impact in forming of the United States? Sam was a Harvard grad where he studied religion and law, which is where he found his true calling in politics. He was a patriot and one of the founding fathers of this great country. He was also an avid writer for a newspaper called the Independent Advisor. The newspaper was a radical newspaper that would allow writers to submit articles anonymously. His first political position was a Boston tax collector, which is where he started to get his views of independence out to more people. His views came more to light after the French and Indian War, when the British started taxing the colonies. This tax was said to help repay some of the debt that occurred during the war, but it hurt the middle class a lot. Shortly after, with a few writings by Adams and a few violent outbreaks, most of these taxes were repealed, such as the Stamp Act. This rebellion had brought the British government into turmoil. The response by Britain for this was to send soldiers to the colonies. These men were called the Redcoats, and they were there to bring peace to the colonies, which then only made tensions grow and made the colonists more angry. Around this time, the Sons of Liberty were formed, a secret society that was formed to protect the rights of the colonists and to fight the taxation by the British government. Then the Boston Massacre happened, where 5 people were killed by the Redcoats. Adams, with a few speeches, was able to drive the Redcoats out of the colony, but this was short-lived as they returned. This time the colonists listened to Adams, which was also around the time he helped organize the Boston Tea Party. He ordered the Sons of Liberty to storm a British ship and toss all the tea into the Boston harbor, which in turn would protest the remaining tax, which was on tea. Adams soon helped form the Constitutional Congress, which he represented Massachusetts. He argued a strong view of independence from the British. Once he returned to Boston, he found political disarray, which he tried to restore order. He spent the rest of his life in Boston, where he died in 1803. Sam Adams was a figure in the founding of the United States of America, and he's best known as the Father of America.